So, Jim, where did the inspiration come from? Where did the idea come from for Gravity Light?
So we were given a brief to look at the question of how to make a low-cost alternative to kerosene lighting.
Which is quite commonly used in developing countries and...
That's right, there's something like 1.3 billion people that rely on kerosene for their home lighting. It's very expensive, it produces really bad fumes, it causes burns, it consumes anything up to a third of a family's income.
It's a health hazard as well as an economic issue.
Absolutely, so it keeps people in poverty and it gives people cataracts and cancer through the indoor air quality. So human-powered devices have been around for quite a long time, but they can take a long time to charge, they can be tedious to use. You've got to store that power, so you might put that power into a battery or into a spring. The battery and the spring are expensive, and the time and the effort needed to wind something up for 2 or 3 minutes to get half an hour payback of light is not something that really appeals as a trade-off for people.
Okay.
Gravity Light seeks to change that dynamic by saying, okay, it takes 10 seconds to charge and it gives you 20 minutes of light back. The idea is that the end user receives the product, it comes with a bag that they then find material to fill with
rocks,
sand, any mass that you can find. You get that up to about sort of a 10 kilo amount, which the device tells you when you're there, and then you hoist that weight from the ground. As the weight slowly comes back down towards the ground, it drives a injection molded gear train, which drives a generator inside at a high speed.
The key thing, of course, is low cost. People have to be able to get it.
That's right. We've got a target of getting Gravity Lights to people for an amount of money that's equivalent to 3 months of kerosene use. And that's what makes the development of the product a challenge, making something highly efficient, which can work over the course of an entire year for a family or more, with none of the normal engineering niceties you might throw in there. So when you install Gravity Light, you hang it high in the rafters of your room. But from that, you can then, there's a stereo jack outlet on the side of the product, and you can plug in and take the power out to peripheral lights.
Okay.
You can bring that light down to a work surface. And that will provide you with a lit area that you can read or cook or work by. So Gravity Light aims to deliver a home system that enables you to route light around the space where you want it to. You daisy chain these around the space and you can move them to work where you need them to be and can have control of the room lighting from what's in your hand.
Is it in operation? Have you had feedback from people who use it?
So we did a global field trial. We trialled it across 26 countries. We had a load of fantastic feedback from that and learned a lot about what might fail, what might break, what people's experiences were, how they installed it, what the challenges were. The feedback from that trial was hugely positive. So this last year we funded a production line to bring product to our first launch market in Kenya.
Okay.
We did an Indiegogo campaign called Made in Africa, whereby we're manufacturing parts in China, shipping those for local assembly and providing employment within the launch market. It's something that we're trialling and hopefully will roll out across territories once we get a sense of how that model can work. And so we're fulfilling to the Indiegogo supporters this summer and launching in Kenya and across East Africa in the autumn of this year.
So it's keeping you busy.
It certainly is.
It's keeping you busy.
I think the response to it has been phenomenal. We're a small team. We've been, I guess, working very hard to bring this to a reality which is really tested, really going to answer people's requirements and can roll out at scale. So it's a very exciting time. It's a generator which is optimized for lighting, but it's a DC generator, and there's an awful lot more you can do with that power once you're generating it smoothly.
Is it patented?
It is patented.
Oh, I was going to steal it and, make $1 million.